Hey my friend, if you want to know how you can make your Rominimal and Micro House claps more crispy, more into your face, more snappy, more punchy, without using third-party plugins, without using too complicated stuff, then this video is perfectly for you. Listen to this. If you like this, check it out how I achieved this in this week's video. So yeah, I hope you like it. My name is Silvano from roughandstudio.com, where I share weekly videos on the production side of Rominimal Micro House tips and tricks. Yeah, hope you like it. Let's jump right into Ableton Live. Cheers, bye bye. Alright, so let's talk about claps, how I like to process them and how you can do the same or similar. Get the inspiration from this processing here that I do. Quick listen here. And contrast. Just a quick note here. For this one, I'm running Flechtwork, so it's kind of a layer, 2 channels. But for this video I want to talk about the claps only, right, with some samples. But I created some kind of snares here with the Flechtwork. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about those claps here. So the first thing I do is using MD Snake, right? And one important thing I do here is add a little bit swing, of course, but also I play different pitches of the Midi notes here, and that alone gives some variation already, right? Right. Now the second thing is I have an instrument track running here, and I use different claps here, kind of as a layer, right? But here's the catch. So I have 1, 2, 3 claps, layers, right? And all of them are dry claps. But the fourth one has some processing on it. As you can see here, right? And yeah, maybe let's create some kind of a clap layer from scratch together. Okay, let's see and choose some different claps here. I have a couple of claps here. We grab that and just choose some samples, right? Let's make an instrument track out of that. So I have one clap here, right? They're a little bit harsh sounding maybe at the moment, but we can always EQ that, right? So and then maybe playing around with the pitch a little bit, and then within those claps I might go to the controls, and here's a little LFO setting, right? And within this control section we can actually control some stuff like with the LFO, like pitch maybe. So we get slightly different pitches, and I use that random. Right, we can also use the pen, as you can hear. So yeah, you just saw what I did. So to sum it up, I played around with the pitch within the controls here on the sample. I honestly forgot to unmute my microphone. I was talking all the time while tweaking, but what I did is selecting a random LFO setting here, and then you can choose either hertz or synchronize it to the tempo of the track, right, from Ableton. And so it jumps randomly in pan, and it also the pitch randomly changes a little bit. So I did this. You can really experiment with that, and then that's what we come up with. And maybe I would even consider panning some claps here. And now let's do the fun part now. What I like to use is maybe a reverb, right? And I like to use specific dark small room one for the claps. But this was a happy accident actually, right? So I'm only using this on one clap here. It's not applied on the whole channel actually. Right? Let's do some EQing maybe quickly. Also, we don't really need some low end on the claps, right? Okay. We're already in the red, but it doesn't really matter for this showing purpose here. Okay, so we have a little bit of reverb already inserted. But this is kind of static, right? So what I like to do is using an envelope follower, next for live device, and I insert that, and then I make the dry bed kind of dynamic, right? So the envelope follower basically, as it says, follows an audio signal, right? you can see, and turns that audio signal into a control value, kind of, right? In a yeah, whenever the audio plays, it can control something in the most simplest way, right? As you can see here, right? Now we don't have any reverb playing, but if we increase here a little bit the value here, so this is the minimum, right? This is the maximum. So we can really play with that a little bit. With the fall, we can determine how long we wanna be the reverb, kind of the tail. And then we can control several things here. Maybe decay time. Right? What else? Basically, we can be creative like hell, right? And then I use maybe an other tool that is erosion to maybe add a little bit grit, and I like to use width, and I like to use amount. It makes the sound a little bit wider. Right? And maybe we could also use something more creative, like grain delay maybe. Using different parameters again, maybe feedback. Maybe a little bit dry wet. Maybe a little bit spray. Who doesn't like spray, right? Maybe a little bit pitch, I don't know. So we'll make it kind of a little bit crispy here, right? And then if you listen to this without the envelope follower, sounds like this, right? Pretty static, pretty boring, but with it Hey friend, I'll jump back into the video in a second, but before we do so, I want to say thank you. Thank you that you watched so far. Really, this means a lot. I wouldn't make those videos if no one would watch, so you watch this for. So I want to reward that, and I want to give you something for free, which is my Ableton Live One Tool preset pack. So this is basically Ableton Live based stock pack. Those are basically presets, you know, that you can drag and drop into your channels. Let's jump quickly in and see some examples how this can help you out and how it can inspire you, and then we jump back to the content. Thanks for watching. Sounds pretty different, right? Those are little sound design tools to keep you going, hopefully. Go and grab it, it's for free. Let's make this a little bit dirtier maybe. Right? Automated. Another tool here. Right? Pretty simple. Again, those are not the most complicated whatever tools. They are simple, straightforward tool to make a little bit of impact, to add those little things that I like to talk all the time in my videos, which is add things that you can feel but not hear, you know. So that's the sound, right? Clean and nice. And now let's transform it with those tools. Of course we want some additional grooves, right? Now you can transform shit pretty easily with those tools. It lets you really tweak stuff, you know, that's my whole point. It's not the fanciest shit, but it's quick and an easy fix, and that inspires you, you know. Combine it, add more stuff, add more tools, and it keeps you going. I hope it does, you know. So let's add some stuff to this maybe. Right? Let's make quick A-B. Sounds pretty different, right? Those are little sound design tools to keep you going, hopefully. Go and grab it, it's for free. I also want to show what's possible with one simplistic, minimalistic tools, you know, where you can transform your shit with stock plugins. So yeah, if you want that, grab it on the link below. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to the content. And yeah, that's basically the whole match again. Again, I'm just using one clap here. Right? The other ones are all dry. And what I like to do is maybe quickly double check with the utility if it works in mono, so that there are no issues in phasing issues. I think it should work. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, you know. I also added the compressor in the other channel here. Where is it? Compressor, even a frequency shifter. What else did I add here? Yeah, could also add a chorus maybe. Really, this is open for experimentation, but using an envelope follower is quite a fun, I would say, to add a little bit more dynamic to your claps. Even hi-hats, anything basically, right? Maybe even kicks. Just thinking this up now. Yeah, again, anything, you can use anything. Envelope follower, fun to use. Have fun experimenting. Now let's have a quick listen in context. Without the envelope follower. To sum things up, using MD Snake to trigger the sounds, different pitches. If you don't have MD Snake, of course, you can use a simple MIDI drawing tool, right? And using different pitches, pretty simple. Then I use different layers here within the sampler. I use the controls with the LFO, controlling some pitch, some panning here, and then after that I use one clap chain to change a little bit with the envelope follower erosion to add a little bit grit, a little bit width, then a grain delay for some more creative effects, some sparkles, some crispiness, then a reverb, of course, so it sounds a little bit more natural. And then an EQ to get rid of some sharpness in the clap. And also low end that we don't need, and that's the whole story here. Hope you like it, hope this is inspiring, have some fun trying this strategy out on anything you can imagine. And yeah, hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time. Cheers. My name is Silvano from roughandstudio.com, where I share weekly content all about creating minimal sounds, Rominimal, micro house, whatever you want to call this. Have fun. Cheers. Bye bye.